Ever felt like the rug has been pulled out from under your feet, leaving you jobless and unsure of the future? You are not alone. Today we're going to delve into some uplifting stories of individuals who found themselves in the same predicament, yet turned their trials into triumphs by placing their trust in God. Consider the story of a woman named Sarah. Sarah had been climbing the corporate ladder for years when suddenly she was handed the dreaded pink slip. She was left jobless, feeling lost and uncertain about the future. But instead of spiraling into despair, Sarah leaned into her faith. She trusted God, believing that He had a plan for her, even though she couldn't see it. She spent her jobless phase volunteering at her church and helping out in her community. Months later, she was offered a job at a non-profit organization where she found her true passion in helping those less fortunate. Then there's the story of David. David had been a successful business owner for over a decade when the economic downturn hit. His business collapsed and he was left jobless with a mountain of debt. But David didn't lose faith. He trusted God, knowing that he was not alone in his struggle. He spent his jobless phase praying, studying the Bible, and seeking God's guidance. Eventually, David was able to pay off his debts and start a new business that was even more successful than the first. These stories serve as reminders that even in our darkest hours, when we feel lost and jobless, trusting in God can turn our situation around. Sarah and David are just two examples of countless individuals who have found hope and purpose in their jobless phase by trusting God. To recap, here are the key takeaways from these stories. 1. Trust in God's plan. Even when things seem bleak, remember that God has a plan for you. Sarah trusted God's plan and she found a new career that she loves. 2. Use your jobless phase as a time to grow in your faith. David used his jobless phase to deepen his relationship with God, which helped him navigate through his financial struggles. And 3. Never give up. Both Sarah and David faced significant challenges, but they didn't give up. They trusted God and their situations turned around. Remember, being jobless can be a challenging phase, but it doesn't have to define you. Trust in God, lean into your faith and watch as your situation turns around. No matter what you're going through, God is there with you, ready to guide you through. Trust Him and you'll see that even in the midst of hardship, there's hope and a plan for your future.